Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
This is David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of the comedy, This Is the End, the post-apocalyptic. Actually, it's the apocalyptic. It's not the post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's like during.
During.
Yeah.
Comedy movie that has like a bunch of people in it, all playing themselves. You know, you got Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Rihanna, James Franco,
Aziz Ansari,
Danny McBride, Craig Robinson, Jonah Hill. Like, there's just so many. And
some surprise cameos you don't want to spoil.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, it's a funny movie. It's a funny movie. It's a bit long, you know, for what it is.
I felt during the movie, I was like, okay, this needs to like start wrapping up here. It's actually trying to be like a kind of like a Walking Dead kind of scope movie, you know, like a story like that. But it's because it's a comedy, because it's silly. It's like I think they probably could have trimmed maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think because it was based on a short film that Jay and Seth had done before. I think they even had that online, and they turned it into a full-on movie. So it kind of felt that way, where they were taking something that had, you know, a little bit of story and they kind of stretched it out.
Right.
I mean, it was funny throughout.
It was funny, yeah, for sure.
But there's definitely like lulls in where they're like trying to tell a story or something.
They're playing homage to some of like their other, you know, some of their older movies and things like that. And it's like, you know, I mean, sometimes they could have cut a few things, but it was still really funny. I definitely worth seeing it.
It's kind of like a really long, funny SNL sketch or something like that.
Yeah,
a lot of like meta stuff where it's like self-referential, playing on the perceptions of actors or even just themselves and stuff like that. The one thing I would say is the humor is a lot of like dick and fart jokes, you know?
Oh, yeah,
like if you don't like that kind of dick and fart jokes, you're not gonna like it. A lot of pop cultural references for the actors or just in general and stuff like that. So I think if you don't like that, or if you don't aren't kind of like up to date on that stuff, you might not appreciate it as much, especially like seeing movies that these guys have been in before.
It feels like some of the stuff with Jay and Seth might have been somewhat tied to real life. Like it seems like, because I mean, Jay he gets roles, like he's working. I mean, he's How to Train Your Dragon. They got a sequel coming. He does work, but he's not as popular as Seth Rogen is, and Seth kind of blew up. So you wonder if that was actually kind of a true story, if like Seth blew up and their friendship may have been strained at some time in the past, or
and they had met on Undeclared, which was like Judd Apatow's series after Freaks and Geeks, which he did with Paul Feig. That's where Franco and Seth Rogen and Jason Segel all met. Like, it's basically like this big Apatow, Paul Feig like ensemble cast, all alumni of those two shows mostly, and you know, and then you got Jonah Hill and Danny McBride up
and Sears done a bunch of stuff with Rogen, and it's like the whole crew that they've worked with, super bad, you know, like that whole crew. So it's a good group of people. I mean, everybody's in it, but just if anything, if there's only weakness to it, I think it could have been it's a little long. But
it is a long for what the story is, and I think if you know the back history of the actors and whatnot and where they come from, it is a little bit funnier. There are like little things here and there that are maybe kind of inside jokes, but overall, I thought it was funny. It was entertaining. What would you give it?
I think I'd give it a B. Okay. I really enjoyed it. You know, I think it's a little bit long. I don't know if I'd want to like some movies like Superbad and some other ones that those guys done in the past where I've come back and watched again and again. I don't know if I might see this one more time. I don't know if I'd watch it again and again and again, but it was still good. I'd give it a B. I definitely recommend seeing it.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a B+. I thought, you know, for comedies, like, the story's not really the thing, you know? It's just about how much you laugh, and, you know, everyone in the theater laughed a lot, so I think it did its job. I think the last comedy I laughed that much was probably 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, that was great. 21 Jump Street I loved.
And it has kind of the similar humor to that. 21 Jump Street had like a more of a story to it, but the same kind of humor is through that. But I think a lot of it's like, it must have been improv, you know. They must have been like, okay,
so much
you gotta do this and this, but like a lot of the lines, I'm sure were improvisation.
I was hoping at the end of the movie there's no extra credits or anything, so you don't worry about staying. I wish there would have been maybe like some, you know, they do like the outtakes usually on a lot of comedies. I wish it would have had some of that, but we didn't get to see any of that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. That's Think Hero Pro for more of our reviews and other videos. You also can follow us on Twitter. Mine's @ThinkHero.
I'm @GriffinDE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans.